Right, so welcome back to the Shaking Family on day 205 of our weight loss journey. Monday, it's the first day that I'm going to be working in almost a week. I only had 3 nights last week, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And I suppose I better go and start that ute sometime this morning to make sure it actually starts, because it's been standing there since early Thursday morning and it hasn't even been started or moved. So hopefully it'll start when I want to go to work tonight. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a good day again today. A little bit of cloud up there, but there's no rain, thank goodness for that. And hopefully I'll get some hours this week, because last week was an absolute disaster, and then I had to turn down Sunday's shift as well. So yesterday was weigh-in Sunday, and the whole video today is going to be preparing that treat meal. So I'm not going to go on too much about today, and unfortunately it's going to be a bit longer than normal, but that's the way it goes when we cook on the smoker. Right, so I'm going to prep the brisket, and it's still it's 9:45 on Saturday morning. I'm going to get it all seasoned up and then let it stand for a while and let that seasoning set while I go and clean the smoker out, and then I'm going to get it onto the smoker. So the first thing we've got to do is obviously get it out of the plastic bag. Right, then I'm just going to dab it and get as much moisture as I can off it. There's not too much fat on this one actually, so there's not that much trimming to do. Yeah, it's going over again, and I'm just going to get some of this fat off. Right, so I've trimmed all the fat off it. That's all the trimming that we had. There wasn't very much fat on here at all. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some Worcestershire sauce and just put that over it and rub that in, because that will act as a binder for the rub that I'm going to put on. It just makes it a little bit sticky. It doesn't affect the flavor at all. And this side we can do the same. So I've left a little bit of fat on this side because it'll protect the thin part of the brisket. That's the Worcestershire sauce. I sometimes make my own rub, but Lindsay bought this rub a while back, and I may as well use it up. I don't know what it's like. It's just an all-purpose barbecue rub, perfect for beef. So I'll put this on and we'll see how that goes. So because it's such a big piece of meat, you can go quite liberal with the rubs, and also because it's beef, I'm going to put a little bit of extra black pepper on. It's always good on meat. And then all we do is we just press that in. We don't rub it, because all you do is rub it off. And then I'll flip this over, rub again, and you want to try and get all these sides as well, because it's all going to build up a bark and a flavour on the smoker. And now I'm going to leave this to set, so the moisture from the meat will come into the rub, and it will make it stick a lot better. I'm going to go and clean the smoker and try and get it into the back somehow, and yeah, and then we'll put it on. So that's it for now. Right, so it's 11 o'clock now on Saturday morning. I've brought the smoker through to the back, and I've preheated it. It's been running for a good 10 minutes now, so it's warm enough. I've also put a tray of hot water in just to keep it a moist environment, and I'm going to put the brisket on the shelf at the top. So I'm not going to put it directly on the bottom grid. Get it a little bit away from the heat, And I'm also going to get the smoke tube going. Hopefully that'll just impart a little bit more smoke into the meat. And then I'm just going to leave this for an hour or so, and then I'll come back and have a look at it. And yeah, and then we'll just leave that and let it do its thing. So yeah, that's about it for now. Alright, so this has been in for 2.5 hours now, and I'm just going to have a look at it and see how it's looking. And yeah, that's looking good, but it's still got a while to go before I wrap it, because it's only at 51 degrees, and I'm going to wrap it when it gets to around 75. I'll wrap it in brown paper. So we'll just leave it again for a while, a few more hours, and we'll come back and have a look at it. Right, so this brisket has now been on for 4.5 hours, and I'm going to have a look at it. And what I've been doing in the meantime is just having a look, and then spritzing it, and just try to keep it a bit moist so it doesn't dry out like jerky. All I've got here is apple cider vinegar, mixed with a bit of water. And yeah, and I'm just going to leave that to do its own thing again. I've turned the smoker up to 110 degrees, and when the meat gets to an internal temperature of about 75, at the moment it's 55, I'm going to wrap it in butcher paper. So that's the next thing I'll show you. Right, so I've taken the brisket off now, and I'm going to wrap it in butcher's paper. I'm just going to put it down over there, nice and flat. And I'm also going to put some butter in with it. Well, some of this will leak through the paper, but that's okay. This may give it a nice flavour. That's it, and then I'm going to just wrap it in the paper. Try and wrap it as tightly as you possibly can. Come down, come over, come over on this side. Put it in there. And that will go back onto the barbecue now. Right, so it's Sunday, weighing Sunday, and it's lunchtime, and I'm about to cut into this. I don't know what it's like. I think it's going to be a little bit dried out because it finished a lot earlier than I expected, and it's been standing in the esky, and it's actually quite cold now. So we'll cut into it and see what it's like, and yeah, we're going to have to eat it either way. Yeah, it's got a little bit tough as well, and it's a little bit dried out, but that's the way it is. As I say, with brisket you never know when it's going to be ready, and it wasn't as thick as I expected it to be, so it was ready a lot earlier. So anyway, that's the brisket. Got a fairly good smoke ring on it, but so it is fairly tender, you know, it is pulling apart, but fortunately that's the way we're going to have to eat it. Right, so this is our treat meal for today. It's the creamy coleslaw that I made. It's a skinny mixer recipe made in the Thermomix. The balsamic roast vegetable salad, also a skinny mixer recipe. I made it in the Thermomix. And again the brisket, and there was a lot of juice in the pan that I it resting in overnight, so I poured that juice back over it, and that should soak back into the meat. So that's our treat meal today. It's only Margaret and myself here. Lindsay's at work, and Dominic's gone up to a friend to visit. So it's just the two of us, but there'll be a heap left over, and obviously freeze the leftover brisket, and the veggies we can have any time because that's low on calorie anyway. So the berry dessert, the berry cobbler dessert, is still in the oven, and once that comes out I'll do a shot of that and you can see what that is. Yeah, so that's the berry cobbler. I've just taken it out of the oven, and we'll have that with either ice cream or cream or something. Okay, so that's what we had for treat meal yesterday. It was really enjoyable. That brisket was a lot more tender than I thought it would be. Certain areas of it, other areas were a little bit more tough, so yeah, I'm not sure why that is. But it wasn't dried out at all. It was still moist, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Margaret said she enjoyed it, and Lindsay had some when she come back from work. Back onto the plan now today. So the 2 shakes and the 1 meal at lunchtime, and then a couple of snacks after that big feast yesterday. Yeah, not gonna hop on too much. This video is already a bit longer than necessary, so 194 subscribers now, and welcome so much to the new subscribers. We really appreciate you being around, and hopefully you're going to get something from these videos and motivated. And if you can drop comments down below, and it keeps us motivated and it keeps us on track, and we really appreciate that. And also if you can give us the thumbs up down below there as well. Apparently that's good for YouTube algorithms, and we'd like to find as many people on weight loss journeys or looking to go into weight loss journeys, and we keep each other on track and motivated by these videos, and also keeps us publicly accountable for our program that we're on. As I've said, the 2 kids have dropped off for a while. Hopefully they'll come back. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed or you've just found us for the first time, please hit the subscribe and the little bell, and you'll be notified when we drop the next video, and that will be tomorrow. So with that, I'm just going to finish this off because it's already too long. So see you later from the Shaking family. Bye.